Welcome to Ron Stark the Voice, your weekly adventure into the who, what, where, and why of our Southern California communities. And in our little coffee house today, we are joined by food expert, Chef Merrin Mae, and we're going to be talking about healthy gourmet. Yes, ways that you and your family can have gourmet dining that's healthy and actually very easy to prepare. Now, be sure to check out our website, ronstarkthevoice.com, for a complete listing of all the times and days our show can be seen, as well as an archive of past guests. We have a great show lined up today, so don't go away.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Yulin. I do all the hair and makeup for Ron Stark and his guests. I would like to make you look and feel like a star all of the time. Come and meet me at Biaggi Salon and Spa in Upland and mention this show and receive a free beauty analysis and consultation. I offer the best in makeup, formal styles for weddings, proms, and for all of your special occasions, including airbrush makeup, hairstyling, cutting, coloring, extensions, facials, and nails. So, if you want to look and feel like a star, come and see me at Biaggi Salon and Spa in Upland. Give me a call today for your free consultation at 626-589-3475 or 909-920-4177.
It is the time of the show when we are joined by Reverend Greg Dorst, who is our own personal prosperity and happiness coach. And Greg, welcome back. And you know, unfortunately, I welcome you back with a bit of sadness because a comic icon has passed.
Yeah, today has been kind of a sad day for the nation, for the world, in fact, because Robin Williams meant so much to people. He's not only funny, but talented, serious in his ability to portray emotions, and he really drew people into who he is or who he was. So he will be missed. And I found myself for the first time in some long period of time actually feeling sad and mourning the death of an actor or somebody that I didn't really know personally, but met through the screen or the stage.
And isn't it interesting how people that we may not know very closely can still have such a tremendous impact on our lives? And it strikes me that mourning that is okay because it's a loss.
Yeah. You know, I found that one of the things that I develop huge emotional contact with in my life is people helping strangers, people being nice to strangers, people doing things for people that they've never met. And that really was the hallmark of what Robin Williams was all about. You know, he had this giving side. He would give of his time. He would spend time talking to people that he didn't even know. He did all the tours for our veterans, for our combat troops. He did, you know, shows for homeless people, and he was absolutely committed to making contact with the people and a connection with people. And so he will be missed. And you know what is really interesting is that you couple that with what we know to be the case today, that there was some serious sadness within him, that he had a dark, depressed side that he just couldn't get over. In fact, so much so that he ended up taking his own life.
And that is such a shame. But you know, I think the way a person's life is judged is how they're remembered, you know, and no one's eulogy ever said he was loved because of all the overtime he put in the office. He was loved or she was loved because she never made mistakes on her paperwork. It's the other things in life.
Well, Ron, I think you're right, because when you do that, when you take a look at why a person was loved, you recognize what it is that they gave. to the world as opposed to the circumstances around the death, because the circumstances around the death are tragic indeed, that he was so depressed that he had to take his own life. But what he gave to the world, an amazing giver, so unselfish, so selfless. You got to love him for that, and that's how we'll remember him, Ron.
Okay, thank you. Don't go away. We will be right back. It is that time of the show when we say hello to our guest. And technically, you're not supposed to be called a chef if you're not working currently as a chef. But my next guest has one in the oven, so I think it's okay to introduce Chef Merrin Mae. Chef Merrin, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm very excited. He's excited.
So I was going to say, first, before we even get going, you do have one in the oven. Tell us about it. Is this your first?
This is my first baby, having a baby boy, and I am rearing the home stretch of when I'm going to deliver. So I'm currently on hiatus. It wouldn't probably be safe for me to be working restaurant hours being this pregnant.
Yeah, I somehow suspect that your doctor would probably frown on that because and that's why I'm excited about having you on the show. There is so much that happens behind the scenes that I think most people just aren't aware of. I mean, it's Hell's Kitchen. I mean, there's drama, there's long days. I just watched a great flick called Chef.
Amazing movie.
Yes.
It really showcased our industry with the passion and like the relationships of the hardships that you may be having, because it is long hours. I would say it's probably about 12 to 14 hours in a restaurant. People do want to see the drama. That's the reason open kitchens are so trendy now. It's like a new restaurant's opening. I want to see it. I want to see how people are cooking. I want to smell it, the sights and the sounds.
Yeah, because it really is. It's a show. But it's also a labor of love. I mean, I get the sense everyone hopes to become the next big famous chef and make a lot of money. You go into it more because you love what you're doing.
You do not go into our industry for the money. Initially, when you start off, it's probably minimum wage right out of culinary school, and you're in the grunt of it. It's a gritty industry. It's not as glamorized as people want to think it is. It's very intensive. You're on your feet all the time, no breaks, and you're sweating. It's probably an average of like 92 degrees in the kitchen.
Okay, knowing that the person preparing my food is sweating isn't a great visual for me.
But the endurance that they're putting, it makes you feel a little bit more of like, wow, they really, really tried hard to impress me under these circumstances that are probably very uncomfortable to a normal person.
Yeah, and the endurance. You see these people, and even in TV where I know in movies where it's glamorized, but you see it's fast-paced.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like you get an order in, you take your time, you make it, you sit around, wait for the next order. Yeah, it's just nonstop, and the organization has to be incredible.
It is definitely a production. It's like Anthony Bourdain said it, the show must go on, and everybody has their part. Everybody plays it, and it's all seamless. When it comes together, it's beautiful. It's like synchronized swimming.
Well, I want to talk about that and talk about how the chef and the sous chef and how everyone kind of navigates the entire production. But first, you are an example of someone who chose to go into this field, which many would question your sanity.
Yes, my parents still do, especially being of my stature. When I walk in the beginning, it was very tough. I am only 5'1", so therefore, like a lot of my first kitchens, there was a lot of hazing that would go around just because I am a girl in the kitchen. It is male dominated, so you have to cuss like a sailor, you have to be a little bit more tough, and it was, I don't know, it's everybody thinks that they're an alpha, so you have to show up so nobody then pushes you around as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it is still largely a male dominated. Do you see that changing at all? Because we see more and more women becoming prominent in the field.
Yes, I mean, I would love to see more women get into it. If I do see a woman in a kitchen, I give her a fist pump because I know what she's been through. I would say that they sometimes would go towards private chefing or catering, or there's other avenues as well, just because it's grueling. It takes a toll on you after a while.
So you're taking a little hiatus, obviously.
Yes.
Planning on going back into the kitchen?
It's my home. I can't really fathom being anywhere else. Something that always has to be food related is in my future.
So there's, within a restaurant scenario anyway, I know there's a hierarchy.
Yes.
Tell us about that, where you've been, where you are, and where you want to go.
Hierarchy, before I went on hiatus, I was sous chef at a restaurant in West LA. And then I decided to jump and go into another restaurant and start another sous chef job there, just to kind of build my resume and cook different things. I am trained classically French, but where I was sous chef was a Southern Italian restaurant named Soto. And so like my heart, my soul is a lot of like ragouts and homemade pastas. Like I used to imagine that I, former life was an old like Italian grandmother. And then I started venturing out and doing other things like comfort food and molecular gastronomy, which is like a new trend that's been in and out. Yeah.
So what's the role of a sous chef?
The sous chef is probably one of the most difficult roles because you're the middleman. So it's like I have to lead the army of the other line cooks, but then I also have to then relay everything from the chef. So it's like you're the peacemaker, but then you're also the scapegoat. So
okay, so there's like, the chef would be like the top manager,
yes,
and then the sous chef is like the supervisor,
yeah,
and then you're overseeing all of the line cooks.
Yes.
Wow. So now, does that typically at some point lead to a full chef position, or do people stay, I love being the sous chef and this is what I do?
Being the sous chef, because you're in the mix of it all, I mean, you are working towards wanting to be a chef because you want to run your own restaurant.
How fun.
Yeah, exactly. You want to have your food then eventually get out there. As a sous chef, maybe you have a little bit of input, but as a chef, it's your show, it's your heart and soul that goes into the menu making.
So we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I want to open with, you come back as a chef, what is it that you're going to make? I'd love to hear this because I know that you're a fabulous cook in your own rights. So don't go away. If you want to hear more about this gastronomical delight called Chef Merrin Mae, stick around. We'll be right back. When considering new windows or doors for your home, your time, personal taste, needs, and total investment are important to you, and they are just as important to the team at Design Windows and Doors. With their expert advice and assistance, they can help you increase the value, beauty, and comfort of your home with new energy-efficient windows and doors. So what makes Design Windows and Doors different? They are family owned and operated, fully licensed and bonded, and they treat everyone like a member of their own family. Installers are in-house, they don't subcontract, and all leads are certified. They are A-rated with the Better Business Bureau and a member of the California League of Homeowners. They offer lifetime warranties and financing is available on approved credit. But most important, they provide personalized service from start to finish. They're ethical, efficient, and they always provide outstanding customer service. Design Windows and Doors, centrally located in Ontario. Visit them online at designwindowsinc.com or call them today at 866-945-4599. That's 866-945-4599. Design Windows and Doors.
Ron Stark the Voice is brought to you by KMET Radio, Smart Talk 1490, intelligent conversation and information for the Inland Empire. Your home for Andrea Tanteros, weekday mornings. Lakers and Clippers basketball, Kings hockey, Angels baseball, and of course, Ron Stark the Voice. Heard every Friday at 3 p.m. and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Your home for intelligent conversation and information for the Inland Empire, KMET. Also check out KMET1490am.com.
We are back and coming to you from the beautiful KGEM studios in gorgeous Old Town Monrovia. And our guest today is Chef, although I know technically you're not working, but I'm still going to call you Chef because what's I'm going to do, beat me up? Chef Merrin Mae. And in the last segment, we were talking about how being in the restaurant industry is really a labor of love. And it's just in your blood or it's not. And for most people, it's not something you do for the money. But we also talked about the hierarchy, and you've been a sous chef for a while, and the dream is ultimately to be a chef and create your own menu. So do me a favor and fantasize for me, restaurant fantasies. What would your restaurant look like? What would it serve? What kind of food? What would be on the menu? What might be a name? Because then this is on tape and we're gonna hold you to it.
Oh, geez, it's set in stone. Ideally, my restaurant would be somewhere that the locals would love.
Okay.
Nothing too snooty or stuck up. Very approachable. Kind of comfort food.
Okay.
Something that feels like it's hugging you from the inside, but not just.
I like that, hugging you from the inside.
But not just comfort food. When you think of comfort food, people think Southern food,
and
macaroni.
You think fried.
No, not necessarily that. What I like to play with is take other people's comfort food from different cuisines and cultures, and doing my spin on it, kind of Marinizing it. Say ramen. That's a comfort food from Japanese food. Well, then I would like to integrate a little bit of my flair on it, my interpretation.
Cultural comforts.
Yes, pretty much. Something
we just
like
named
that.
your restaurant, by the way.
Oh, do I have to give you a percentage now?
No, but free lunch every now and then would be nice.
But it's something I did play with when I was sous chef at Soto. There's something that's called family meal. And it's basically where you feed the dishwashers and the wait staff, and it's kind of like when you gather around and you have a time to take a breath.
Before or after a shift? Okay.
Basically. Ours was always after a service.
Okay.
So it was well, I just cooked for X amount of hours. I don't want to cook again. And so I kind of just took that as an endeavor. And I'm this is going to be fun. Why not? And I made it into my test kitchen where I did it for 2 years, and it was daily, and I never repeated a recipe.
In 2 years?
Yes.
Doing this daily?
Yes.
You never repeat? So then that begs the next question. When is your cookbook coming out?
That's the crazy thing, is because if I actually had to stop and think about it, I don't even know how I would put together a recipe. Somebody would have to follow and shadow me because I just like adding
Oh, you're
things
one of those.
A lot of chefs are like that. It's like a tomato now can completely taste later different. So I would have to adjust the seasoning. I can't go by a recipe of it has to be 2 teaspoons or whatever. You have to adjust it. That's the journey of cooking. That's the beautiful process of it.
See, and I have friends that are semi-gourmets but like to cook, and it's so fun watching them because they can make the same recipe too, but it's always a little different. But you've got this sense of taste and texture and smell. So in your brain, you're like a chemist and you're putting things together.
You can tell me an array of ingredients, and the first thing I'll do is I'll taste it in my palate, just because I've been doing it for so long. It's kind of reflexive. Yeah.
I love that. And and that goes on to the next topic. Restaurants are they're always evolving. They always have been. But I know we went through a phase, we being, this country, where all you ever saw was the big chain restaurants. The mom and pops were there, the chains came in, drove them all out. But now I see the smaller restaurants making a resurgence. Is that because people are looking for better taste, better quality, healthier choices?
Yes to all. Basically, it's fun and it's beautiful that there's this new food forward approach to everything, of where mom and pops and small restaurants that highlight the ingredients rather than mass quantities is basically coming back into society. And it's a beautiful thing because then it gives people an opportunity to try different things. It's not just this mass thing of everybody has a Caesar salad. There's different things that people will go, oh, I've never tried burrata. Burrata is this beautiful cheese. Wow, it's not just this man-made, mozzarella that's sold dry.
Well, and the other thing I think we've all come to know about these is all pre-processed.
Yes.
Most of it's frozen.
Yes.
And, and it tastes the same, arguably okay
Right.
to reasonably good, but it tastes the same every time. I don't eat out that often, but when I do, I want to go someplace where there's people in the back, the kitchen crew, custom making really good meals that they care about, not basically pulling frozen stuff out and shoving it in a microwave, which is
Yeah.
what I pretty much do at home. So I want something different.
Well, that's the thing. When a chef does make a menu, it's beautiful to see where they come from. And they'll be pulling from their childhood. They'll be pulling from their travels. A lot of chefs they'll do like a little bit abroad in Europe or get inspiration from there. So it's like you really are tasting the soul of the chef when you go out to eat. And that's why eventually people want to open up their own place because they want to get their story out.
But boy, opening up your own place,
It's a lot.
That's a risky biz, right?
It totally is. People they just think, my family would come up to me and be like, why don't you open up a restaurant? Well, it's not just about the food. I have to worry about the plumbing. I have to worry about health code. I have to worry, it is
and
a
about
business.
employees and
Yes,
payroll taxes
yes.
and workers' comp.
Yeah.
And then the smallest thing you have to worry about is, will people come?
Right.
Just because, that old saying, build it and they'll come? Not necessarily.
No, it has to have a little bit of like a wow factor, and your first year is a big year because it kind of either makes or breaks you.
And I'm not even in your industry, but I've seen more restaurants open up, and when a new restaurant opens, people check it out.
Yeah.
But man, if you don't make a good first impression, they don't come back.
It's 60% of restaurants usually close within the first 3 years.
Wow.
It's really hard.
But how cool would that be? I had a friend once who said, if you want to make, he said, Ron, you want to know how to make $100,000 in the restaurant business? And I said, how? He said, start with 200,000. It's a tough biz. Now, something else that I'm starting to see happen is people are moving back towards the smaller, privately owned mom and pop type restaurants, is the city dine events. Like Dine LA and in the area where I live, Dine Claremont, Dine Upland. What are these all about?
It's basically the reason Dine LA is so beautiful is because it could be a very lavish restaurant that could maybe set you back in budget.
Okay.
But now it's making it more approachable and accessible of we're going to have a prefix menu and it'll be $35. You can try our restaurant, have, a portion of the experience, and maybe you'll come back later on.
So some place that maybe I'd only go for a very special occasion, if at all,
yes,
I can now check out at a reasonable price
exactly.
and enjoy it. Well, I have so enjoyed talking to you, and I'm looking forward to when your first is out of the oven, having you back on and hearing about your exploits and what you're doing in the restaurant industry.
Well, thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. Thank you again. We're going to be having Chef Merrin back on in future shows. You can count on that. But right now, this conversation made me really, really hungry, so I'm going to have to go get something to eat. So don't go away. We will be right back. Feel better, work better, live better in a clean environment with EnviroClean. EnviroClean is a locally owned and operated janitorial and supply company serving the Inland Empire for over 23 years. They carry a wide variety of environmentally safe and non-toxic chemicals, soaps, and cleaning supplies, along with paper products, mops, and more. They offer commercial, industrial, and residential cleaning services. Their cleaning crew is licensed and bonded, and they are trustworthy, loyal, and hardworking. They'll assign a dedicated crew and supervisor to ensure your complete satisfaction with every visit.
We also offer carpet cleaning, window cleaning, pressure washing, floor care services, and construction and cleaning maintenance. I'm Michelle Pallas of Sales and Marketing for EnviroClean. Please give us a call, 909-947-6611.
Ron Stark, your voice of the Inland Empire here, and I love EnviroClean. They clean for me twice a month and just made my carpets look like new. For a free quote, give them a call today at 909-947-6611 or visit their website at EnviroClean.com.
Small business owner, are you frustrated and looking for a better way to track your finances? I can help you. I am the QuickBook Queen. I offer you peace of mind and prosperity with custom QuickBooks setup, training, and troubleshooting services by the hour at your location. We specialize in helping businesses find the quickest, easiest way to enter their data, providing accurate financial reports that guide owners to successfully grow their business. The Queen is launching her free online tutorials and webinars this summer to help more people across the country and around the world. See QBQueen.com and QuickBooksFreeTutorials.com. Call QB Queen Linda Russell at 1-877-553-4422 for your free 20-minute phone consultation. I'm here for you.
At the Citizens Business Bank Arena, October is a time for making ice as we get ready for yet another wonderful ice hockey season. It's also a time for laying down the artificial grass for the second season of the indoor professional soccer. Now, coming up October 12th, the Los Angeles Lakers meet up with the Golden State Warriors in a preseason basketball game. On the 18th, University of Phoenix graduates will flip the tassel. Congratulations to all. October 19th, the Ontario Fury Professional Indoor Soccer home opener. Going to be a great game. On the 22nd, the LA Lakers return for a preseason game. They take on the Portland Trail Blazers. On the 25th of October, the Ontario Reign Professional Ice Hockey team have their home opener. On October 26th, the Heart of La La Rainbow, their 5K walk fundraiser will be taking place. And on the 29th, the Citizens Business Bank Arena hosts the annual Inland Empire Economic Summit. Quite a variety of activities at the arena. No wonder it's called the entertainment icon of the Inland Empire. Always something going on. Check out the website at cbbankarena.com for a calendar of upcoming shows and events, or call the box office at 909-244-5600. We'll see you at the arena. Guns Home Interiors is a premier interior design company that can help to improve your indoor living space with a complete selection of quality home services. Their skilled building contractors can handle everything from window coverings to flooring and all other home remodeling and improvement solutions. They take pride in offering a comprehensive array of quality home solutions at a low price. By updating the appearance of your bathroom and kitchen, you can transform the look and feel of your home at a low price. Whether you want to completely change the look or simply need an update, they can provide the exact results you are looking for. From cabinets to wall coverings, they specialize in all types of interior design and decorating. Guns Home Interiors, the oldest shop in Covina. Call today at 626-966-4131. Why wait? Call today or schedule your appointment online at their website at interiordesigncovina.com. What a great show. I so enjoyed chatting with all of our guests, and I particularly want to thank you for tuning in and joining us. And please remember to set your DVRs so you never miss another episode of Ron Stark The Voice. We're now on in more places than ever before, and at our website, ronstarkthevoice.com, you can find the exact times and days our show can be seen. And while you're there, drop us an email. We love to hear from you, comments, ideas, suggestions. If you have a thought for for a show guest, let us know. Our guests need to have topics of broad general interest and be non-commercial in nature. And if you don't have access to the internet or just prefer a more traditional method of contact, you can call our telephone hotline at 909-746-8846. So until next week, this is Ron Stark reminding you to be productive, care for your world and the people around you, work hard, find time for fun, and always remember to give back whatever and whenever you can. Until next time, goodbye for now.